Hey guys, what is up? This is Harry and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at what I believe is a must-have accessory for any two-wheeler that you might have, be it a motorcycle, a scooter, or even a bicycle. The sample footage that you're seeing right now is being recorded using the front and rear full HD cameras of the device called C4 by the brand known as AOOCCI. Of course, both these cameras are waterproof as you might expect, and this unit does have its own GPS as well, because what's a dash cam without one, right? We'll be taking an in-depth look at this device in order for you to make an informed purchase decision. This thing goes for $109 at the moment, but if you use my exclusive discount coupon HarryWT, then you'll get a massive 20% off, bringing down the original cost to just $87.20, which I think is a pretty amazing deal. So without further ado, go on and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notifications, and let's finally get on with this video. Let's first quickly have a look at the box and all of its contents before we install this thing. Here we get a big rectangular yellow and black case sleeve covering a white box inside of it. At the front we have motorcycle recorder written at the top, several highlights along with a picture of the host device. This device contains the motherboard to control the entire unit. On both the left and right sides of the box, we get some more highlights of the device, some of which have been repeated. By the way, these cameras can be powered on using two methods, either by using the provided USB-A power cable or by directly connecting it to the vehicle's battery using a hardwire kit, which also has been provided inside this thing, and we'll see it very soon. And finally, at the rear of the box, we get all of the remaining specifications of the unit. You may pause the video at any time if you wish to read any specific point. Alright, now let's go ahead and quickly see what all we get inside. In the box, we get a detailed user manual which also consists of the steps needed to access its supported app that works on both Android as well as iPhones. We'll take a look at everything in this video anyway, so you can throw this thing if you like. A GPS module with a red sticker at the rear of it to stick this thing anywhere on your vehicle. The other end of this cable has a cable connector, quite similar to the rest of the cables as you'll see shortly, is color coded and would connect directly to the host device. This one, as you can see, is color coded black. A wired controller color coded blue that should ideally be connected on the handlebar for easy access. This thing can be used for a variety of things, including taking pictures or even for recording emergency videos if ever needed with a simple click of a button. This thing would really come in handy, I believe. USB type A power cable color coded red. This can be used if your vehicle has a USB-A port or if you decide to use it with a portable power bank. A hardwire kit also color coded red, which can be used if your vehicle does not have a USB-A port or even if you decide to connect the device directly to your vehicle's battery. Both the cameras color coded yellow, both of which can be connected as either the front or rear cameras. We'll see how in just a bit. These arrows near the lens indicate the top of the cameras. These should be facing the sky in order to get a straight view of the road. Two extension cables for both these cameras in case the length of the original cable falls short. Once again, color coded yellow. These cameras can be connected to your vehicle using the provided lens mounts along with stickers and some screws according to your preference. Simply insert the camera in the mount, tighten the screws at the rear of it to lock in place both the camera and the mount. Of course, the final adjustment should be made only while installing it on your vehicle. Moving forward, we get the main host, which contains the motherboard to control everything we've seen so far. We can see a few cables pre-connected to the host with the already seen color-coded connectors, and both the front and rear camera cables have been specified here for easy reference. These connectors are pretty tight, making the connections secure as well as waterproof. At the front of the device, we can see a bit of text but no company branding anywhere, with two LEDs at the bottom. Right below it, you should be able to find the Wi-Fi name and password, which we'll be referring to later on when we access the app. By the way, this device is IP65 rated waterproof, meaning that this device should be able to handle splashes of water or even rain, but not pressurized water, especially while cleaning the vehicles, as that may permanently damage the device. At the rear, we can see a soft reset button, a small speaker, and two mounting options, which you'll see in just a bit. And at the remaining side, we can see a waterproof rubber casing covering the microSD card slot. This device supports a maximum of 128 gigs of external storage, and the card should be inserted in the device with the front of it facing the rear of the device, as you can see here. And to lock it in place, you can use the provided SIM ejector tool as well. You would have to use your own separate microSD card, as there is none provided in the box, and the device does support loop recording as well, just like most dash cams these days. Coming back to the rear of the host, we get the option to use two mounting options. One of them is this Velcro host stick, which I would be using on my scooter. Simply stick one end of this to the host and the other to the vehicle. And this thing is strong enough to hold the host in place since the host is pretty lightweight. The other mounting option is to use the provided dedicated plastic mounting bracket. This should be used if your vehicle has a handlebar and should be the go-to option for most motorcycle or bicycle users. Here also you get two options to connect this thing to the host, which is either straight or upside down using the provided Allen wrench and screws, meaning that pretty much everything has already been provided in the box for you to start recording your road journeys almost instantly, apart from of course a microSD card. And in case you end up with some loose cables while installation, then you can also use the provided cable ties to tie them in place. Let's now connect everything here and see how it works. Alright, so now I've connected everything here. This is the rear camera sitting on the right while the front camera is on the left. Both the wired controller and the GPS module have also been connected, as you can see. And for demonstration purpose, I'll now be connecting the USB-A power cord to this 5V wall adapter. You can use a power bank if you want, as that should work just the same as well. As soon as we connect, we are greeted with a small welcome music and both the LEDs at the front light up. The red stable light indicates the device is powered on, while the blue flashing light indicates that the cameras have already started recording. So now let's check out its app and see what all features we get in it. I'll be using my Android Samsung S24 Ultra to showcase the app. The name of the supported application is RoadCam, which is available for both Android and Apple. Simply enable the Wi-Fi on your device, select the device and enter the password. Both these details are already mentioned on the host device as shown previously, and simply launch the app, as easy as that. Here we can see the device name as well. Let's click on it and instantly we can see the live footage being recorded. The letter F at the center denotes the front camera, while R denotes the rear camera. In order to access the settings or even the recorded clips or pictures, you would first need to stop the recording. The settings include various useful options like changing the Wi-Fi name and password, enabling or disabling the audio recordings or timestamps. The parking monitor option would work only if you're using a hardwire kit. You may also change the resolution for both the cameras if you want, but I believe that 1080p or Full HD is the way to go for most people. Of course, high image quality would be preferred by most as well. G-sensor should be used if you want to use the collision detection feature, which I generally do not use since that makes it easier to manage the recorded files. We even get the time-lapse option, pretty useful for short video clips. Obviously, before you even start using this device, I would highly recommend that you first format your memory card from here. And as the name suggests, you can reset all of the settings from here as well. Coming back to the main page, we can start and stop the recordings or even click pictures with a simple touch. Do keep in mind that I have not removed the lens protectors yet from both the cameras. And we can access all of the recorded videos and pictures very easily as well. We can either view those files right from here, download them either one by one or even multiple files at a time, or we can simply delete them too. And all of the emergency videos would be stored in its own folder for easy reference. Now that we covered pretty much everything, let's finally connect this thing to my scooter, the TVS Jupiter, and take a look at some live sample footage to see how these cameras actually perform on the road. I'll be installing the C4 front and rear cameras by AOOCCI on my scooter, the TVS Jupiter, which is currently parked right next to my car, the Kia Sonet. And yes, both my car and my scooter have a matching color scheme, cause why not? I'll be connecting the front camera right here above the front license plate and the rear camera right above the TVS logo here at the rear. This scooter comes with a dedicated bottle holder, which I'll be using to store everything else including the GPS and the host device, as I rarely carry bottles on my rides, as those rides are usually pretty short-lived. Right above it we get the USB-A port, which I'll be using as well. And as for the wired controller, I'll be sticking it right next to the accelerator for easy access. So now let me install everything here, which would take me about an hour, but for you it would take no time at all. Installation was pretty straightforward. Starting from the rear camera, I managed to route the rear camera cable in such a way so as it doesn't interfere with the seat or other removable parts of the scooter. I did use these cable clips that I purchased separately earlier for a different project in order to achieve a cleaner look. Near the end of the cable, I used 3 of the 5 cable ties. As informed earlier, all the cables along with the GPS module now reside in this bottle holder. I attached the host device on the side here, as this thing does get quite hot and storing it inside the seat or in closed places is really not recommended, which is why we get a mounting bracket for this thing even though it doesn't have a screen. The wired controller has been connected to this free space, which is easy to access, and its cable is also routed using one more cable clip. The front camera was routed as such, where the remaining 2 cable ties were used. All in all, I think this is a pretty good installation considering the fact that my parking space has a lot of surveillance cameras and no one usually fiddles around with any vehicle unless it's someone's own property, which means everything here should remain safe and secure. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this installation. I'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions if any. And now let's go for a ride. The C4 by AOOCCI comes with very similar cameras for both the front and rear. Both of them have the ability to record 1080p or Full HD videos with 25 frames per second with a wide enough 120-degree field of view. Both the cameras are able to capture clear footage for both the front and rear of the vehicle. These do manage to capture detailed recordings. As we are in the middle of monsoon season here, I've been testing out this thing for about a week now, and this device does manage to handle rainy weathers as well. As you can see, license plate numbers of vehicles at the front and rear are being captured pretty well, making this thing reliable in emergency situations should they ever arise. Not only does it work well during the day, this thing works pretty well during night hours as well, or during the time lighting conditions are not that favorable. Here are some reference pictures captured using the wired controller, and as you can see, even the pictures are pretty detailed for the price this thing goes for. All in all, I think the C4 front and rear cameras by AOOCCI offers a compelling package for riders seeking a reliable and affordable option. And for just $87.20, this thing might just be a no-brainer, especially for those people who do not want to be distracted by multiple screens on their handlebars. Just don't forget to use my discount code to get that lower price. Another fantastic option to use this device would be to use the rear camera to record yourself by connecting it to some sort of a handle mount. That option would be pretty amazing for many vloggers who generally use expensive cameras instead. But obviously the quality may differ. As a suggestion to the brand, I would love to see AOOCCI incorporate this idea to offer a third selfie camera as an extra option for prospective buyers. Nonetheless, I'm pretty happy with this device for what it offers and would be using this thing going forward unless I come across anything better than this. Oh, and also you can view the GPS location on the app itself simply by disconnecting the Wi-Fi connection and by viewing the pre-downloaded files. This app is simple, easy to understand, and gets the job done. As always, links to all of the products shown till now can be found in the description below. And with that, we have reached the end of this review video. Hope you found this video informative. I'll catch you guys soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care. Bye.